What's going on, guys? Today, I thought I'd give you a more detailed discussion about what's been going on lately with this new football game coming out from Cal Anderson and how Axis is improving. And Joe Montana, of course, is supposed to be showing footage or something soon this month. I'm not sure if it's going to be footage or not, probably another interview, but we'll see. Now, a lot of people, I just don't understand why they have such a bad attitude towards alternatives like Axis football. Now I'm going to talk to you about why it's important to support Axis football in addition to these other alternatives that are coming out, because we don't want to limit creativity. I mean, everybody's going to look through the lens a different way. The world is not going to be viewed through the same lens. There are going to be different types of people with different types of visions, with different types of concepts, with different kind of motivations. And if you don't support all of those ideas, then you're going to be limiting yourself as a consumer. Now, if you take the old days where we had choice, you had the game days, you had the quarterback clubs, you had the Maddens, you had NFL 2K. They were not the same types of games. All of them brought something different to the table. But as a consumer, I supported all of those games. And I want that back. I want that feeling of choice saying, okay, if I can buy Madden, I can buy Axis, I can buy Smoothie, I can buy Joe Montana. I want that feeling because I want to say that I have a different type of experience playing each type of game. Axis football is very different than those other games. Backbreaker was very different. All Pro Football was very different from Madden. So you need to support all alternatives because if you don't, you may not get the games to improve on a level you want. And that's why I say again, we need to support Axis football as well because it's going to bring something different to the table as well with the aimed passing. And I think a lot of people get the wrong idea about how it came from the flash market last year and it had the blocking was atrocious and all this, but he didn't have anything to work with. He jerry-rigged a lot of the stuff, and he's actually going to be talking about how he did that in the next dev video when he shows us the new animations. I'm just going to tell people to be patient. When you have a foundation, you can't just put everything right away. You have to start with the foundation. The slab on a house is the foundation. You're not going to have that walk-in closet yet. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have all that stuff yet. You start with the slab and then you build on it. This foundation for Axis football, for example, that aimed passing system is great. It's really fun to use. It just needs a lot more added to it. I've gave my suggestions about the stepping up into the pocket and all that, and how moving the quarterback should dictate the size of the circle and all that. But that's just one example. The problem with Madden is they don't build on their foundation. They build for a while and rip it down. Or they'll build up something and then they'll say, well, I'm going to tear this out and I'm going to use this old thing I used to use and I'm going to say it's new. I mean, they're building the house and then tearing it down without getting it completely built. And that's just not how you do it. Axis football is not going to do that. Janie Jugan has already informed us that whatever was in our previous iterations, we are going to build on it. So the aim passing system isn't going away. It's going to stay there. It's going to just get improved on. The customization is getting improved this year. We've already getting logo mods. This guy has listened to us from day one. And it's not even been a year yet. And look at the improvements we're already getting. I just think people are just so... they just expect, they have that instant gratification, but you can't have that. The world doesn't work like that. It takes time to get to somewhere. I mean, I want to be an RN. I went to college for it, but I had some health issues and I had to drop out of the program. But I expect to go back. But in the meantime, you know what I'm doing? I just got a job as a CNA, a certified nursing assistant. It's not the best job in the world, but you know what? It's going to give me experience. I'm going to get my feet wet. I'm going to be able to build towards the part I want to get to, which is the RN. That's just another example. Axis football is building on what they've already got. Their animations they're going to get more animations, all this kind of stuff. So I just want people to realize that you have to understand. You can't just shit a football game out. Not going to happen. And Cal Anderson, we've had a lot of discussions lately about his football game. And he is saying that the foundation of his game is gameplay customization. And that's also the customization part is something that Axis is building on. So right now, those are two really good pillars to build on your foundation there. And we got two guys in the arena doing that. I'm not sure anything about Damon Groh because they've been so secretive about that game. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even think it's going to get anywhere on the mobile market. I just don't think they should have went that route. But then again, I'm not an investor. I don't have the money I'm not in that camp. But I do hope it's a great game. I want it to be a great game. And I'm going to get an Android phone if I'm satisfied from what I see, if I ever do see gameplay in my lifetime. I'm just saying. We've waited so long and we haven't seen nothing. And Cal Anderson has already given us animation clips, and Danny Jugan has been very straightforward. I mean, these guys, Danny Jugan and Cal Anderson, has been very straightforward with us. And they want the community to be involved in what they're doing. They value feedback. The problem is we're just not getting enough of it. I mean, I'm just one person. I want everybody to chime in, and I've begged people to chime in about Axis football, and now I'm going to be doing it with Cal Anderson's game. I want these games to be great. I want them to be pushing each other to greatness. I'm not going to favor one or the other over the other. I'm going to support them equally. I'm going to buy every single one of them. I'm going to support every single one of them because I want variety, I want choice, and I want the ideas not to be hindered. I want them to be flowing free. And that's where everybody's mindset should be. We've been waiting for this for so long. I mean, unless you're just happy with Madden and you don't care, but I'm not one of those people. I've been making videos for about 3 years now about this, and we're finally getting somewhere, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I just wish other people could see it and understand that you can't get everything you want right away. I mean, I'd like to see catching animations for Axis football this year, but I don't think it's going to happen. But she's focusing on other things. He's still building on what he started with, and it's only going to get better. Cal Anderson is involving the community, and this is going to be really cool. I was talking with the animator directly in his with his team the other night, and I was suggesting about the stepping into the pocket and about my Axis football video. I actually showed it to him. I said, this is what I'm looking for. You know, how the quarterback steps into the pocket. And, of course, if you've seen that video, I'll have the link in the description. You see Carson Palmer has a great mechanics when he steps into his throw. Of course, not every quarterback steps into their throws, but they usually want to step into their throws, and when they do, they usually have a great pass. And that's just something that I haven't seen in football games except for Madden 08 PC. And I want to see that more and more. So I'm pushing for that kind of thing in Axis. I'm pushing for it in the Smoothie game. And what's interesting is when I was talking to that animator, he put it in as I was talking to him. Yes, that's right. And here's a clip of it right here. As you can see, this was put in in real time as I was talking to the animator himself. I mean, that's what you call directly communicating with the community. I mean, that is special. This game is going to be special. And I think Axis football is going to be special. I don't know about Montana because they're being so tight-lipped about it, and they're not really directly involving the whole community, but they got like a little tight-knit group, and that's fine because some of those guys are really great for the community, and they know what's going to make a good football game. So, but the open communication, it needs to be more. But I know with this Joe Montana, I know it's not all of their fault. They probably got in red tape somewhere, and that's why I think indie developers have more flexibility. They're more nimble. They can do what they want when they want it. They don't need anybody's approval, and that's another reason you guys need to support these indie games like Axis and Cal Anderson and Joe Montana. But guys, just be patient. I mean, I want the game on console too. I mean, but with PC, you can customize it more, and if it gets a lot of steam, you know, it'll get to consoles eventually. Consoles are expensive to put on. A game is expensive to put on a console. I don't know if you guys know this, but it costs like $40,000 or something to go through Microsoft's BS to get a patch. And football games are going to need patches. I mean, that's evident with Madden 16 this year, obviously. So it's cheaper for a developer, an indie developer just trying to get noticed, to go the PC route. Steam Greenlight, I think, is a good choice for indie developer, and that's why you see it a lot. And Cal Anderson and Danny Jugan are going to go that route. Danny Jugan already went that route with his first Axis, and Cal Anderson's going to do it with this new game that he's making. So, guys, it's an exciting time. I mean, let's support all alternatives. Don't be negative. Negativity is not going to get us anywhere. I know Axis football isn't the greatest. I mean, but what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to try to make it better, or are you going to just criticize it for no reason? I mean, it's got to get better. It's only going to get better. And criticizing a game isn't a bad thing. I criticize Axis. I say, hey, this needs to be fixed. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to shun it altogether. No, I'm going to support it till he doesn't make it. I mean, same with anybody that has the passion to make a football game. All right, guys. I know this has been quite a long video. I just wanted to get you my thoughts there. And we're doing another discussion tomorrow. We're going to have another guy come in and talk with us, and it's going to be interesting. And maybe we'll get some more features added. I mean, this guy means business. He's not messing around. I apologize to him because I thought it was a joke at first. But after talking with his team a few times already, they mean business. And they got the assets to prove it. And, yeah, he's got a vision, and it's looking good. And with competition, with all these games in the marketplace, we're finally getting what we've been asking for so very long. Madden just doesn't seem so relevant to me anymore.